y'all, this is Chrissy T. I'm back with a recap of Love and Hip Hop Miami Season 5, Episode 23. So the episode picks up right where we left off. Zoe is pissed at Gaelle. Zoe is feeling sorry for herself. She thinks that she's being treated differently from the rest of the cast, but in this case with Gaelle, that's not the case. Gaelle trolls everybody. Her trolling has been constant. She's disrespectful to everybody. She's harsh to everybody, creating chaos for everybody, from her sister down to Zoe. This girl is disrespectful to everybody, honey. She spares no one, not even you, Zoe. So Zoe starts crying, and Hot Topic sees her tears, and she starts to show remorse. And she said that she was sorry for calling Zoe a fat ass and saying she need to lose weight. So Zoe and Hot Topic, they eventually resolve their differences. And Zoe, in this scene, I think you're being a little too dramatic because you're not being treated differently. If you are, I missed it and I'm sorry. But Gaelle has been consistent with everybody. She trolls everyone. She messes with everyone. She talks about everybody. This whole damn cast get into it. So I'm a little confused. Maybe somebody can tell me where it is that Zoe is being treated differently, because I haven't seen it yet. Maybe I missed that episode. I don't know. So meanwhile, Trick decides that he's not going to go through with the 50 years of hip hop celebration since Trina has decided to opt out. I mean, can the show not go on without her? And that's probably the reason she's around here thinking she's Beyonce. So now Trick has to break the news to his son because his son was scheduled to perform. So Trick calls Trina and hands his son the phone, allowing Trina to deliver the bad news. So she tells Trick's son that wouldn't be an ideal platform for him to perform. And then she tells him, I got you, which leads me to think that maybe Trina has something else in store for him. So she didn't completely disappoint him. She has another project that she wants him on, I guess. But I'm trying to figure out why the celebration can't go on because Trina can't be a part of it or won't be a part of it. Meanwhile, Trick shows up to the DR after being invited by Trina. If I was him, I wouldn't have showed up, because how you want him to show up for you, but you can't show up for him. Anywho, Amara is pissed at this point because she made it clear this is a girls' trip. And I'll be damned if not a millisecond later, Allan shows up because Amara has invited him. So she pulls Allan to the side and she talks about him being more present in the kid's life. Now, Allan insists that he wants to be a part of the kid's life, but his action shows otherwise. Amara is trying to force this man to be a father, and she can't. If he wanted to be a father, he would, and there would be nothing or anyone stopping him. So I kind of think Amara still wants Allan, because every time she meets with him about the kids, she's dressed really sexy, showing cleavage. I mean, looking good, dressed to the nines. So, yeah, Amara, I think she still wants this trash bag of a man, Allan. So after their conversation, this Dusty, he goes over and starts flirting and dirty dancing with Flo and Gaelle. So Gaelle now has her eyes set on Allan. And I believe this heifer set up a date with him so he can show her around the DR. So production asks her, well, aren't you concerned that he's a married man? This heifer says she don't care whether he's married or not. And besides, she don't know his damn wife. This is sick, thirsty, desperate. It's given all the above. Girl, what is wrong with you? I'm not surprised at her behavior because she did fuck her sister's husband. So nothing surprises me anymore with Gaelle. So Amara sees Allan and Gaelle dirty dancing and she is livid. Okay, because I know they're not together, but this is disrespectful. It's disrespectful from Allan and it's also disrespectful from Gaelle. But then again, it's Gaelle we're talking about. She has no limits. And why is Flo insisting on bringing her sister along with her everywhere she goes? Leave that girl home, because every time she's around, something happened. So Amara pulls Allan to the side and she tells him very peacefully, tone it down a notch because you're being disrespectful and you're embarrassing me. So he tells her that they're not together, and if he dances with anybody, she shouldn't flip out, which she didn't. She was very pleasant and calm with him. So they start fussing in their native language, going back and forth. Things get a little tense, and Amara takes her shoes off and throws it at him. Too bad she missed. I wish she would have got his ass in the head somewhere. Allan is telling her to calm down, and things get more physical. Amara is trying to whoop his ass. She's mad, she's crying because she's hurt, and all this Dusty can do is start laughing at her. He calls her a street whore, said he's not with her because she crazy, and then says that's why she's alone and that he don't want her black ass, neither does anyone else. That was disgusting. He sure as hell wanted her black ass when he laid down in the bed with her and had these kids. He's no different than Erica Mena. For him to say that in the midst of other black people and not one person checked his ass is very disappointing. It's ironic that Love and Hip Hop did a roundtable discussion on colorism and racism, and then I would allow this to air. This is disgusting. I guess they're waiting for the outrage to finally do something about it. Of all the things he could have said, he labels her black and ghetto, using her being black as an insult. Like, why is being black an insult? Like, what is that? And not one person confronting him on it. And I feel like it was their responsibility to call him out and check his ass. You have to denounce this type of behavior when you witness it. And they did nothing. All you heard was crickets. If anybody would have said something, I would have figured it would be the black men that were there to call him out. But they said not a damn thing. This man came out of his mouth and actually said, that's why don't nobody want your black ass. That even after he said that, Amara still wants his ass. So the next day, Amara tells Brooke that Allan's friend told her that he don't even like black women and that he only dated her because she was an opportunity. Child, I can't. And despite all this, Amara still wants this man. Amara, move on, girl. Leave this Dusty right where he's at. And Amara, you knew he was a loser, girl. The signs were there. You left MJ so that you can date his friend, and look how this turned out. A mess. He don't want to be a father. He don't want you, girl. Move on. Meanwhile, Claudia is back in Miami being messy. She done sent the picture to Flo. Listen, man. Claudia sent a picture to Flo of her and Marlon on FaceTime, saying that while she's in the DR, Marlon is trying to sleep with her. And then she sends a DM to Flo saying that she fucked Gaelle. And Florence, this is your fault from insisting on tagging your sister along everywhere you go. She betrayed you in the worst manner she possibly could. She fucked your husband. Now she trying to fuck your ex-girlfriend. Make it make sense. Meanwhile, Shay shows up. She has a conversation with Brooke about the suck your daddy peen comment she made to Estelita. Shay insists that she was referring to her sugar daddy and not her actual daddy. Later that evening, Shay and Estelita try to hash things out, but things go left fast. The only issue Shay has with Estelita is that she didn't show up to her daughter's birthday party. That is ridiculous. You call this girl every name in the book, drug her through the mud, call her prostitutes, this, that, and the other, only because she could not make it to your daughter's birthday party. But you forgive Fabo for having a whole nother damn family down in Milwaukee. So Shay and Estelita, they argue. It escalates quickly. Estelita throws a drink at Shay's but misses. As Shay decides to leave, security grabbed Estelita because she was about to beat the brakes off Shay. And what is going on with Shay's mouth? I think her dentures are too big for her mouth and they start to protrude her lips to stick out further than they need to be. Yeah, I don't like that. So the next day, they chilling on the beach, and Amara lets them know that her racist baby daddy will be joining them. Girl, she's talking about having a civil conversation. You can't, not with him. Then Zoe decides she wants to play a messy game. It's called Lemon Crush or something. You say what you don't like about a person, and then you end it off with saying something good. Trick lets Gaelle know she messy. She always trolling and very annoying. Facts. Gaelle tells Zoe she's too damn emotional. All facts. Zoe tells Gaelle she trolls all the damn time. Don't know when to stop. Facts. She got to read the room. She don't. So Flo tells Trina her attitude is nasty and she comes off as being rude. Facts. Trina was offended. She says sometimes she just don't fuck with everybody. And if she don't fuck with you, she just don't fuck with you. And she don't do that fakey shit. Okay. So Flo then pulls Gaelle to the side about her and Claudia. So Gaelle convinces Flo that nothing went wrong between her and Claudia. Lying. You know your sister a lie and you believe exactly what she said. After she done already fucked your husband, now you believe that nothing happened between her and Gaelle. Gaelle was the initiator. I think Gaelle seduced her. Gaelle seduced Claudia. So yeah, Gaelle convinces Flo that she didn't do anything wrong and Claudia is just trying to get back at her. Meanwhile, the twins snitch on Gaelle and they tell Amara that Gaelle got with her baby daddy and they hooked up that night. And when Amara confronted Gaelle about it, she tells Amara she is not a child and therefore she would not be responding to her. Child, I can't. So Amara tells her that that's a violation of girl code. Flo says she a grown-ass woman and nothing is off limits. And the last time she checked, Allan was a single man. Child. So after she says this, Allan shows up and gives Gaelle a big-ass hug like he's known her forever and that's his boo. And then Gaelle later reveals that Allan spent the night in her room. She is trash. Amara, please don't trip about this. He's a loser. She's a loser. Let her have that headache. Gaelle want everybody's man. She don't care as long as she has some ping. She don't care who he belongs to. She just wants a man. This is by far the craziest episode I've seen on Love and Hip Hop Miami. Everything was just so much foolishness that went on in this episode. Yeah, that is the end of this episode. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Bye.